Hey guys, Summer here. Welcome back to another Weiss Schwarz deck profile. And today I'm bringing you guys a updated Dell Live deck profile. So before I get into the deck profile, I have two Dell post Banlist decks ready, but this is going to be my meta version, the build that I go for the current meta for this build. The other one is a bit weaker, and it does work to how I want to play it. It's just much weaker than this. This is my go-to meta build for Dell. Now, first and foremost, you gotta understand this is my build and this is how I want to play it. So if you want a net deck, then you need to basically think the way I do for this deck, right? Also, decks like these now who got hit by the banners, who are like B tier or low A tiers, you do not want to build the deck to compete with the top tiers because it doesn't have the resources to compete, right? You build a deck to keep up with the meta. So that's my thoughts out of the way. So remember, as I go through the decks, the cards in the deck, that I am trying to keep up with the meta, not compete against it, because 50-50 competing against the top tiers right now is impossible for Dell. So you have to build it in a way that you're not minusing as hard and you're able to keep up. So yeah. First of all, I'm running the book level 1 combo and then the level 3 Kurumi finisher. So it's just book standby. This is not a traditional standby build. I'm mainly running the book as level 1 combo. If I don't feel like going for the level 1 combo, sometimes I can just stand by out a few cards, just make a mini wall here and there, and then maybe go for the level 1 combo when I feel like it. So yeah, I'll get back to you later on. Move on to the level zeros. I'm running 4 of these Yoshinos. These Yoshinos are great, mainly because they're a unplayed mill as well. And if you do mill a level 1 or higher, it gains 2k, so it can potentially be a 4k beater on your turn. And it's also a free runner. It runs if there's a character facing it. Yeah, so it's pretty good at level 0. And you can see that this deck has a lot of way to mill. And there's no need for more mill because this deck has a lot of mill power. And the level 0 game is still strong, pretty good as well. This is only for the clean cut since I don't have room for it. I'm using 3 of these top self-search brainstorms, and it pumps 500 power during when you enter your battle phase. Well, attack phase, battle phase, yeah. When you enter your battle phase, basically before the climax is dropped. I'm not running the top 2 search brainstorm because it's top 2 and standby is practically dead now. Because the standby is worse than Fujimi. That's how bad it is right now. So running 3 copies of this. I'm running 3 copies of the Sawa. Now, I will ask you right now. I'll tell you right now why I'm not running the Shido. Well, the extra mill from the Shido is good at all. This mill 3 doesn't hurt me at all because there's not many times I want to mill 4 all. Like, yes, you can choose how many times you want to mill. And the Shido has the blink effect, which has a lot of benefits over this, but the main reason I'm running this card over the Shido is because it goes to memory. I can have a 3 card memory compression. That's the main reason. And I'm more than love milled where the 1 extra mill don't hurt me at all. So I'm running 3 Sawa instead. Also, the Sawa is a 2-5, which is bigger than the Shido. So yeah, the Shido is definitely better, but with A7 by dead, I feel like you can run either or, just whatever preference you want. Yes, the Shido can basically neutralize the Pekora from Hololive, but the memory compression for this is just too great for what I want to do with this deck right now. So yeah, just 3 copies of this. Next, I'm running 3 copies of the unplayed Rickies. These Ricky guarantees the color you want in your clock, which is a good thing, right? So it's a search Ricky. Is pay 1, choose a card from your radio and put it at the bottom of your clock. I'm only running 3 copies. This is not like running 3 copies. And I don't have room for 3. So yeah, running 2 of the play I'll play Ditch 1 Salvage. Also, on play, look at top 2 beyond range. Also, it gives 1k if you use the salvage right, to another character. Running 2 Cowgirls. And I'm also running 2 of the Spawner and Stock Suicider. How to use a Spawner is you have a one or other character, you check the top card, if it's level 0, you put it to back row. So yeah, really good card for your board presence and can kill any of those, can grab any of those pesky level 0s, right? I feel like, remember, I'm gonna bring this out a lot. Regular Suiciders is not as good anymore. That's either anti-change, or you play killers, you want, or you play killers slash Suiciders to have either a hard, which have a hard removal. So bomb decking, stock bombing, or clock kicking them is the way to go now. Mainly because hard anchoring those cards that they want to keep is actually beneficial for them, right? For example, slime and superstars. Anyways, I'm running 1 copy of the Climax Swapper. As for the level 1s, I'm running the 1-0 Tokas with the book. This Toka is amazing as hell. It's against 2k when you show 2 or other, so it's always 6k. So when you play the Climax against 500, also during your Encore step, when this card has a reverse character facing it or a empty board, I can mill up to 5 cards and add a character. This also works in the back row. If this card is in the back row, it's a guaranteed mill 5. So for example, you have 2 in front and 2 in back row. You mill 5 guaranteed from the back row, guaranteed, which means it doesn't need the requirements of having a reverse or empty board. It just automatically mills 5. And Adrenal Pulsar is a 6/5 beater, so it's a good card because it's also a standby target, right, early on. And if you get the mill effects, you're basically refreshing. So early on, if you cancel early, you just refresh with this, right? And getting triple copies is a mill 15, while along with your Climax is a mill 19. And it has Yoshino's, which can be a mill 20. The best I ever did was literally grabbing 4 copies and mill 24 in 1 turn, which is a guaranteed refresh at that point. The next level 1 I run is the 2 standby target Silicas, basically. The 2 Silicas. And like I said, there are times where I don't want to go for the level 1 combo yet, so this is my secondary level 1 game. We'll just like set up a mini wall and just progress through there for a bit, right? It's still Summer 5, and I do have run backups, so it can be fairly useful at some matchups here and there. Now, I have tested out the PR 1-0 Suicider. It's just not to my liking at this point, because they're gaining more than I am by losing board, right? Because they're gonna hand encore, obviously. Talking about standby matchups. I'm running the 1-0 2k backup, and the 1-0 early play Suicider is a clock kicker. A level 1 early play Suicider, a clock kicker, really good, really beneficial, and it's a ditch 2 cards. And this card just gives me enough hand to use it anyways, so yeah. I'm running Chio, the 1-1 Yoshino. This is still the best card out of the 3. If you can run any one of those 3, you run this. Especially with the meta going, right? This is basically a 1-1 Mikasa. If you don't know what Mikasa does, during the battle phase, the start of the attack phase or opponents, you may pay 1 and exchange one of the characters from the field, basically. This field, you pay 1, you choose one character and swap positions, right? And it's a bomb deck early play Suicide as well. So what this card can do is kill those pesky level early plays or save this. So you can potentially use the next turn as well. You just play from hand or stand by L if you want to. And playing from hand costing the 1 stock is worth. And half the time, if you do this, you don't even need to brainstorm anyways, right? Just get lucky and don't trigger. And why is my not focusing? sorry about that. I was just the camera wasn't focusing. So now since it's focusing, I will move on to level 2s. Level 2s, I'm running two of these, two standby targets. Like I said, there are times I'm gonna go for some standbys, and if I do trigger a standby here and there, or play one at level 1, if I do get stuck at level 1, right, there are times that happens during my playtesting, and this card comes out, and it can be a fairly tanky card. At times, will boost, especially when I have some backups with me in hand. This card can be activated once or twice. Now, don't expect this card to live anymore because a lot of cards these days can just run over it. But if you get the effects one or twice, it's just beneficial enough because the fact that when this card reverses a character by battle during either player's turn, you get a rearrange, right? 2 cards. You look at top 2 and rearrange. So the benefit is here. If you can get it off 1 to 2 turns, it's definitely worth it. This is why I'm running it right now. Running a free fest backup, the 2-0 early play killer that goes to stock. If you have 4 or other and you play this, you choose a card in waiting room and put it into top of your stock. So it's basically a 2-0 and it helps clean up your stock when needed, right? Level 3s, two of these TD Tokas. The TD Toka is a good card because on play against 4-5 and your opponent cannot use backup. Sadly, it doesn't have the you cannot play event effect on it as well. I wish it did. So it won't stop any of those money counters or minus soul counters events, etc. But it does stop those pesky backups, like the burn backups, right? The free fast backups or the rest backups, right? Also, it's a pay 2. When this card reverses a character by battle, I can burn 1. It's a standby target as well, and playing from hand is not that bad at all. And the burn 1 is during either player's turn anyways, and the 4-5 lasts to the end your opponent's turn, I think. Might be in your turn. I gotta double check. Anyways, running 2 of the Kurumis. Because it's 7 limited now, and I feel like the build I want to do with this deck, the Kurumi works much better than the choice. That's why I went with it. And 2 is really all you need as a finisher, right? The Kurumi is still good. It's still an amazing card. I'll play heal, comments combo, choose 1 and 3 effects, either stock swap them, ditch 2, burn 3, or just swap back 3 cards into their deck from waiting room. And my dark is blocking. I am now running I'm running 2 of these early plays, 4 or more other characters, and if this card's in clock, at the top of your clock, -1 level, and you may pay 2, ditch 1, play it from clock, and you heal 1. Also, it gains 1k for each of your back rolls as well. Running 1 of these Kotori Assist is a standby target as well, and it's a front 2k. Also has an on-play ability, give 1k or 1 soul to all your characters, or look at top 3, add 1, or salvage a character card, right? So yeah, you choose one of those 3 effects when you play this one hand. And running 1 of these Kurome is a Icy Tail for 5, but the cost is a pay 3 dish 1. Also, it's a memory kicks, and it's a 10-5 base also on-play heal. That's it going to be the deck profile. There are some questionable cards that you guys may think like in this. Actually, honestly, as a one-off, there are some merits to it. And after my extensive play testing, I feel like the level 3 lineup that I have here it just suits it. It suits. I don't have much issues with it, right? I either doing 2 Chromies or 1 of these, or 2 Chromies or 1 of the Tokas, depending on the board state. And since these don't cost stock, and if I do standby out some of these, this cost for these cards is more than enough. And half the time, I do get to like 7 to 8 stock anyways to level 3 because I don't really pay stock well level 1 0 to 2 anyways, because if I get the Toga effect, I'm just gonna mill and plus from there, right? So yeah, that's it. It's going to be my deck profile. The next deck profile will be 8 choice. Yeah, 8 choice. And make sure to stay tuned on that. And I'll see you guys next time. And once again, this is going to be my meta build. Probably the build for now, in my opinion. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later.